Hey, so I lied to you on Friday when I said we were going to probably go back home. No, we're still here at my parents' house, and it's the following Wednesday. They just weren't done putting stuff together at the house that we're living at. And they're still not done, but we're going home today. And tonight I'm going to a meetup for Patreon creators in Chicago. So I'm going to meet with other people who have Patreon pages, which will be fun. But then I'm going to drive back. Last night finished the first season on Netflix of The Great British Baking Show. So now I've finished the latest season on Netflix and the first season on Netflix. There's other seasons that aren't on Netflix. That's why I keep saying on Netflix. And it's I'm just addicted to the show. I don't even care about baking. I never cared about baking. But you know what it is? It's a story well told, well edited. There's something about watching people try to do things. There's an obvious goal, and they go for it, and you see the process, and you want them to succeed. And that is a good story told. I remember in screenwriting class in college and in creative writing classes, there's always this, like, they're trying to hammer over your head the idea that characters have to want something. They have to be interesting. For the story to be interesting, characters have to want something. And I was like, yeah, whatever, man. Characters, they can just be whatever. They don't have to want anything. There's no rules. It's true, there are no rules. But the more I think about it, and the more I watch things and try to create my own things as good as they possibly can be, it generally tends to be better if the characters want something. If they don't want anything, then it's just kind of boring to watch them. It's much more satisfying to understand what a character wants and then see them try to get it and hope for them to succeed. Sometimes they don't succeed, but that's the story. Them trying to set out to get the thing that they want. I think about this a lot when I'm working on when I was working on the sugar video, when I was working on the haul video, and now when I'm working on the exercise video. I think a thing that people tend to spend less time on when they should spend more time on is the premise. Chris Rock talked about, there was a video going around with all these comedians talking to each other. Ricky Gervais, Seinfeld, Louis C.K. and Chris Rock, all just talking about comedy. And Chris Rock was saying how one of the things that amateur comedians, the joke fails not because the punchline was bad, but because the premise was bad. You have to set up the premise. It has to be well understood. Everyone has to be on the same page before the punchline comes. You have to bring people along. So if the premise is overcomplicated, not everyone's understanding it, they're not going to get the joke in the end. It's the same thing with telling a story. I'm thinking, this is just what my thinking's been a lot lately. For the haul video, for the sugar video, for this exercise video, I'm trying to make sure to effectively explain what I'm doing. Why I'm doing it, and then I go about and do it. And then it's much more satisfying if everyone is already on the same page at the beginning. You know, the premise is effectively set up. That doesn't mean over-explain, because if you over-explain the premise, then it's boring and you lose people. So you have to figure out a way to entertainingly explain what you're doing, efficiently, quickly, but effectively. The past several days I've been writing and rewriting basically the intro to this video. I didn't realize I was writing the intro. I thought I was just writing the whole video, but I've been rewriting, and basically what I've boiled down to is an effective intro. I had like 3 pages, and I was reading it, and I'm like, no, this is overly explained. There's too many jokes, too many tangents. It doesn't make a lot of sense. And I just boiled it down, and now it's like 1 page leading up to interviews, which I still have to do. I think I managed to distill down the perfect explanation of the premise of this video with jokes, making it funny, making it entertaining, but also making sure the whole audience is on the same page. Basically, I broke down effectively the 3 reasons why exercise can suck. But I find it fun, and other people find it fun. Why? Let's find out. That's effectively what I'm saying, with a few jokes and stuff in the middle. And the reasons I broke down that exercise sucks: it hurts, it's inconvenient, and it's boring, with some jokes mixed in to explain each reason. But then I say, but I find it fun, and the only way I'm going to be able to keep doing it is if I find it fun. So there has to be a reason to like it other than the results, health and beauty. And then I'm like, hey, let's talk to other people. And then I'm going to interview John Green and Hank Green and Jordan Shaloub, she was on BuzzFeed, and now she's a exercise guru on her own YouTube channel. And then in the comment responses about exercise from my previous video, and then I'm going to add those together, and we're going to figure out what the video is after that. Probably interview China. Also, I've already written a part for my parents, and then I'll have an effective story. Here's why exercise sucks, yet I find it fun. Why do I find it fun? Let's find out. In some ways, effectively setting up the premise of anything is the most important thing. Everything after that is just sort of filling in the blanks. I don't know, I'm getting real passionate about storytelling, you guys, and trying to figure out the best way to do it. That's just what's on my mind, and I'll keep working on it, and hopefully this video will be done in a couple weeks, because I still have to do all the interviews and then piece together the interviews. And then shoot a bunch of B-roll that I have planned that I think is gonna be hilariously awesome. So, that's where we're at today. I will see you tomorrow. Tomorrow? Tomorrow. We'll say tomorrow, because that sounds more cash.